Hello my lovely LEGO addicts, I hope you're all doing super well. Today I just wanted to film a bit of an update on the city. I have been working on the old build of the police station. Now if you've watched my recent video you know that I've reviewed it and I had various little things about this build that I didn't love, but I do really like the overall radio building that was the focus of that build. And therefore I decided that because it's so pretty, I didn't really want it in my city, I just wanted it enhanced, I guess. Enhanced is probably the best word. I decided it would be perfect to kind of take the bricks I actually already own and enhance the bits that I didn't like, and also, very importantly, add a little bit of a side to it, because where I want to place it in my city, it is going to be seen from 3 sides instead of 2, because the original old build is a corner building, so it has 2 pretty sides and 2 back sides, whereas where I want to put it, I need all 3 sides, except from the back, to be visible, and therefore lots of work needed to happen to make it pretty. If you're like a really old school follower, then you'll know I used to actually have a graveyard in my city like a long time ago, but eventually I had to move because I just got more and more buildings and I just didn't have space for a 32 by 32 size graveyard. And then when it moved to my park area, it was way smaller, and then now obviously I've changed the park for spring. That is also now gone. So what I really wanted to do is kind of reintroduce it, because I'm that weird person that kind of likes graveyards, and back in my old job I actually used to quite often go to the graveyard for like walks and just kind of have a quiet place somewhere, because not that many people go there, so there was that. So I kind of want to reintroduce it into the city ideally. Alright, let's dive right into it. So here it is, the mess that I'm creating and also the updates that I'm doing to the old build. So as you can see, there's already some updates on this side. So the back of the modular has changed quite a lot. Apologies for the glare, the window is right there. And closing it makes it just darker. So I've created a very different back to this modular where this is all a solid colour, this is all a solid colour. This is not all the way dark green up to the top because I didn't have enough dark green. But this is the least of the changes because many other things have changed. Here are some other changes. So as you can see, the facade of this side build is very different. Totally changed it. I just really didn't like what it was there before, and obviously that is where the restriction of bricks was really obvious, so I changed it to this. It's still not perfect, but I much prefer it to the other thing. It's really hard to put back with one hand. Why do I always do this to myself? And as you can see, the colour is a bit different. I have also created, let me see if this will adjust. Yeah, so I've also created a solid back here, so it's not open underneath the stairs. So this was the build that I wanted to keep intact because that's the build that I love the most out of this old build. But because I had to have it look pretty on the other side as well, I, as you can see, actually continued its design to this side. So you will notice that I'm missing some of the bricks that I want to use for this, like this all needs to become reddish brown, but I really just wanted it to look pretty from this side as well. And though it probably wouldn't make it a very functional building if this were to be a building in real life, I just needed it to look pretty, so when I place it in my city, it looks good because it's going to be displayed like this and it needs to look cool. So I've continued the design sideways and I'm actually really happy with it. I think it looks really cool, and I'm also just updating bits where evidently the designer just ran out of the relevant parts that were a deal to use for places, because obviously it was an old build. I now have the luxury of using bricks that weren't in the police station just so I can make it look good. Alright, so this is the new building. This is the best angle I could do for you for now. Actually, nothing on this facade has changed whatsoever because this is really the thing that I loved the most about the build I wanted to keep. And then this is the facade of that new building. So it's really very similar. I did kind of like the vibe that it has, especially next to the corner garage where I want to put it. I may eventually change this to black. I think if I make it black, it's going to have more of like that New York vibe, and I kind of like the idea of that. And also, I was thinking maybe to change, because obviously at the moment everything is white, and I've gone for white because I had a lot of those. But I was thinking maybe if I go with black, that difference is going to be really obvious, and it's going to look really good. But I haven't got enough black windows to try it out and see if that works. But the biggest change is just this facade, the like canopy that was there on the original old build I really didn't like, so I've taken that away. Eventually I do really want to add some sort of shop sign here, and I haven't got a full interior for this yet either, which is why this is still not filled out with tiles. Again, here all of the wrong colours you can see is just because I didn't have the right colours that I want. I will be ordering the correct colour later. This is basically inspired by, because that was that sort of like plate with the leaves on. I just wanted to make it the more organic plants detail, and I thought this looked really nice. And also most of those leaves actually came with the set anyway. I really wanted to keep the essence of the original old build and really stick to similar elements, so I didn't want to like go crazy because I do like the essence of it. I just wanted to enhance it a little bit, so that is basically what I did. As you can see, like, I've enhanced and kind of made everything way more streamlined here at the back. And then the biggest change obviously is the fact that I made this a complete like different wall because I needed that decoration continued. It probably makes being in that room really warm and pretty impractical because you have windows on all sides, but I do really like it from the exterior side because I love how this is designed. There we go. This is kind of how I was envisioning it sitting, so next to the corner garage. I just had to put it in like wide angle so you can actually see, but this is the other side of it. So this is where the tram line comes through. This is the side where, you know, I really wanted to create this facade so you can actually like look at it without thinking it looks ugly. And this is possibly where I could do the custom graveyard. Yeah, there we go. I think it looks quite nice. Like, if you look at the corner here, like the tan that I added to the corner garage really works quite well with the tan of this radio station. I think the vibe goes pretty well. Like, they have a very, I don't know, they have a very complementary, similar vibe. It is Sunday, the final day of the long weekend, and I've made some progress on Diagon Alley. As you can see, they now all have base plates ready to MILSify. So this one still needs 2 16x16 or the equivalent. This one still needs 4 and that one still needs 4. But that means I'm halfway done with MILSifying it, which is awesome. And it's definitely going to be so much sturdier for any kind of future moving, which is amazing. But whilst I was kind of doing a bit of cleaning and reorganizing, I had a look at this thing and I was like, oh dear, I need to MILSify that too. So some upgrades will be happening to Hogsmeade. Also, I need to prep for when I buy the Shrieking Shack because I want the Shrieking Shack to sit higher up at the back there. I removed it. Yay! Let's put you on a proper base. Also, I forgot that I still had the Hogsmeade station sitting there, and I need to take that down. I have just finished laying out the size of the base plate. As you can see, some of the base plates have been cut. So these ones already were cut because I had them cut for the other display, and also this one already was this size because I think I cut it for something else, and then this one I've just cut to size so it fits in that corner. Some of you probably will be really very against cutting base plate. To me, they're just functional things that I need to have work. I would never sell them as a base plate for this size or anything like that. As I was doing it anyway, I actually have the final bricks, the 1x1 and the 1x4, to add the final stickers for the Zonkos mock. So these are the stickers that I purchased from Scarlet Patronus. They're actually such good quality, like insanity. You need to really check them out. I'll try and remember to put the link down in the description, but really love these. This is the mock that is an old build by Ben Builds Lego, but I really wanted to add these two because I think they really just finished this look and I'm really happy. There we go. We've got the whole plate ready. It's all MILSified and strong. I can lift it, which is exciting. So time to landscape and kind of plan out Hogsmeade. Cool. I think I'll have them roughly sit like this, so like the path can weave through, but you can also just kind of see all three like this, and then we'll have the Shrieking Shack sit there like on a little like hill, so like when you look at it like this, it kind of sticks out at the top there. I think that would be really cool. I may put them slightly more at an angle, but I'll have to think. I think I've finished for now. So as you can see, we've got a new-ish but pretty much the same layout. I've just kind of added slightly more path details and more details around the buildings. They are much more secure now, even though they're only attached on one turntable per house, because I basically kind of wedged them in with slopes. They are slightly less likely to move now, which is good. This one is probably the least stable actually, if you really think about it, but it doesn't move either way, so that is fine. And then obviously, as I was saying, I'm going to build a bit of a mountain here, not a mountain, but like a bit of a hill, and I'm going to put the Shrieking Shack there, so like when you look at it, the Shrieking Shack will kind of be towering over in the back there. I also didn't have enough detail for the path to kind of finish that, but I'm pretty happy with it. So this is the mock, the medieval smithy from Bricative that sat in that corner. Yeah. Basically, I really love that mock, and I think the medieval smithy is just stunning, but it was one brick too tall for it to sit in a city. It basically, in order for the roof to complete its sort of curve, somebody's hammering outside. Such timing, it's been quiet all day. I need to either remove it, like remove one brick from it and have it sit one brick lower, or I need to do something else. Now, I was just measuring and contemplating and thinking out loud as I do, but I was thinking this is exactly 16 studs, which is the perfect amount of space that I have available. I don't know if that would look good, just because this is obviously medium nougat. It would sit next to a medium nougat building because that's Assembly Square. I don't know, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this build on the live stream on Wednesday, and I'm going to see, once it's finished, if this would be something that is really fun to kind of have sit basically next to Assembly Square. If not, I may just remove one brick of height from the medieval blacksmith mock thing, just because I do really like the building. I especially really liked how the yellow from that building was kind of pulling in the yellow in like my cheese shop mock, and the yellow from like the canopy by the cafe corner in Assembly Square. So apart from that, it's also like properly like mid-June now, so I have started thinking about probably starting work on my beach park, just because it's summer, so it's time for the beach. Not that I like the beach. Personally, I'm a shadow dweller. I like the shade. That's me. So there is various projects going on in the city. It's just that I haven't quite made up my mind as to like what order to do things in. I also have all the bricks to finish the undercarriage for the tram, and as you know, I'm going to start the graveyard mock. So I've got quite a lot of stuff going on in the city itself, and also I'm really getting an itch to do another modular, and also just because there is one modular in the city currently, as you know, that I kind of want to remove, which is my toy shop mock. It just didn't work where it sat. I just don't think it looks nice, and I wanted to do something else. So that is probably going to be a thing as well. So I'm going to be looking on Rebrickable for a replacement mock, which is so dangerous because I'll probably want everything that I find. It's really bad. Yeah, I really wish I could kind of extend my city right now. I really feel like I want to do some more mocks. I love modulars. So that is kind of like an itch that I have right now, which is dangerous. My wallet does not cater for such extravagant spending. That is basically what's going on, and I will definitely show you in the next vlog, because I basically finish every city update and then I continue filming straight away, because that is just how life is. But I hope you kind of enjoyed this update. Before I ramble on for another 300 years, I'll probably leave it here, and I hope that you will join me in my next update video, where I inevitably spend more money. I hope to check with you guys super soon. Let me know if there's any particular videos you'd like me to make, and I will see you in next video, guys. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Bye. This video has no structure. Da, 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 da.